Let's do it! Game number 4, friends, between ASDF and Senix Esports here at the AD2L. Man, it's been a wild, wild ride. I am up and at 'em, back and forth to the bathroom and back. I'm like through my monster. This whole thing was full when I started. Like, so many fluids to keep the throat going. And so much. Can't handle it, man. I can't handle it. How do the casters do it? I mean, I do it all the time, but I'm still in complete awe. Anyways, I'll stop rapping. Let's get into the draft. Let's just do it. Let's just do it, friends. I get ridiculous when we get into a long series like this. This is why you should only contact me for a best of 3 ever. You should have seen me at the lands. Alright. I'll jump. Oh, wait. There we go. Aha! Yeah, man. You should have seen me at the lands. Fucking... I had a 10-hour day of casting at GOTACon last year, and this event was awesome, but I was sick that weekend, and so not only was I like chugging fluids and running back and forth to the bathroom the whole time, but I was also sick and my throat was just killing me, so it was like hot tea all day long. And during the finals, it's funny, if you dig the VOD up, I kept muting myself whenever I had to cough because, you know, that's a professional thing to do. But my co-caster, Nick, his mic kept picking it up, so in the background you can very faintly hear just like like every couple minutes, and it was just terrible. I had a very fun time, but Jesus Christ, I was a mess by the time I got back home. Anyways, let's stop talking about me. Let's talk about this draft. Let's get into it. Undying, Bounty Hunter, Leshrac, and Storm banned out again. Senix has banned Leshrac and Storm every single game. And, actually, I'm going to talk about this a little bit because these bans are pretty typical of what we've been, or these picks are pretty typical of what we've been seeing this series, so there's not too much to extrapolate into strategy talk here. But let's talk about drafting strategies. So the when you're banning heroes, the team with the first pick has the advantage of getting a meta hero, a hero that they believe to be the strongest hero in Dota. Like they can get
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, they can get a very strong hero based on how they play their cards in the first ban phase, because having first pick allows you to ban a little more silly to get what you want. So for example, say you want, well, okay, so what I do every game is, because I think Leshrac is the most OP hero in Dota right now, if I have first pick, I never ban Leshrac, ever. If the other team bans it, then oh well, I get something else, but you don't ban Leshrac if you got first pick, because you can't lose. If the enemy team bans it, they've wasted one of their bans on an OP hero, and if they don't ban it, you get an OP hero. So you let the Leshrac through, and obviously Senix had second pick this game, so they do that. But I think last game they had first pick and they banned it as well, which I thought was weird. But you ban out the Leshrac, it's gone. So, or like the enemy team bans out Leshrac, and then say they ban something else they don't like. They ban Bounty Hunter. They think that's OP too. And then you're gonna get something, whether it's Gyrocopter, whether it's Lina, whether it's, you know, whether it's Storm Spirit, if you think Storm Spirit's OP, which he's really not, but and we see that coming into play here. The Tusk has been the go-to hero this series, and it's been picked up here. But one important thing that I want to call in to mention is the Winter Wyvern Gyrocopter combo has not been played this series yet. The entire series has been they've been on separate teams because no team has had the balls to let the other team have both of them, and we see that happen here. Senix Esports has picked up Winter Wyvern and Gyrocopter together, and that is, I think, the most dangerous combo in Dota right now. I've emphasized this at length in talks with certain people, but I truly believe that if you have these two heroes on your team together, it's like the odds of you winning are astronomical. And I'd actually love to see a stat on that elevator when we get into game here. If you would be kind enough to bring up a stat on win rates of Winter Wyvern and Gyro together when they're playing together, and obviously the separate ones for comparison. But yeah, because like I said, I was saying this earlier in the cast, but it's you know, their kits just synergize so well. Like when Wyvern's got a slow, and you know, Gyrocopter's got Rocket Barrage. You combo that up in lane, you get a kill. Winter Wyvern has a heal, and Gyrocopter is, you know, very prone to being blown up, and because he's squishy. Like, he has to get a BKB first item, but Wyvern kind of supplements that by keeping him alive to allow him to go for items like a Sanjin Yasha earlier on in the game. And of course, you got the Winter's Curse, which is a huge AoE disable, mixed with Gyrocopter, who has a huge AoE nuke. It's a beautiful combination, and it's very hard for teams to deal with, because to get to the Wyvern to do anything to him, you have to go through the Gyro, which you're just not going to do. He's too beefy with the Wyvern behind him, and has so much damage potential. So we'll see how ASDF wants to try to deal with that this game. But they see a Clockwork on the enemy team, and they decide to go with a Skywrath Mage, which is a very interesting pick. It's not a hero we see a lot in this meta, but he works really well against Skywrath. Skywrath works great against Skywrath. Skywrath works really well against Clockwork. Clockwork hooks in, he catches anybody on the team, and you just drop the Mystic Flare on top of him, and he pretty much dies. And you know, Clock can of course counter that by getting a Blade Mail, but even then he still takes the damage, so sometimes it's going to be worth it for Skywrath to just throw the ulti anyways, either take the damage or just die. And I mean, if Skywrath has the Yules as well, he can just drop the ulti, or yeah, drop the ult and then Yules, and he avoids all the damage. So there's a lot of counterplay there, but in the end, Skywrath is a very, very good counter to Clockwork. He harasses him out in lane, he has the Mystic Flare for the cogs, he's got a slow, whereas Clockwork doesn't really have any built-in escape besides things like the cogs. So Skywrath does a really good job at dealing with Clockwork. But the Disruptor, I really like this. They've got you know, 3 heroes that are all going to be kind of relying on mobility. Tusk, of course, snowballing in and out of fights. Earthshaker will obviously have a Blink Dagger much later on in the game and be chasing people with that. And Skywrath is a very, very fast hero. Now the Queen of Pain, of course ASDF picked that afterwards, but Queen of Pain is very susceptible to Disruptor glimpses as well, so something to look out for.
Reserve time.
Yeah, I feel like Senix has a very, very strong AoE lineup right now. Like when a fight breaks out, ASDF's positioning has to be absolutely perfect for them to manage to take a fight. You know, the Earthshaker's got to be way the hell away from anything that can catch him out, like the Winter's Curse, the Disruptor ulti, etc. And he's got to get in there for a perfect Echo Slam. Skywrath, kind of the same thing. He needs to be super far back. He needs to be able to throw his spells, get that silence out on either the Wyvern or the Disruptor, and just drop the ulti bomb. Queen of Pain, she's going to need to come in from weird angles to throw her ultimate. She's going to need to blink past the fight, hit the Disruptor, hit the Wyvern, hit something of value, because otherwise, like, if you just walk into the middle of this team, you end up in so much trouble. The Clockwork's going to be there with the Battery Assault. He's going to have cogs laid down in the middle of the ground. You're going to have the Disruptor with the Static Storm. You're going to have the Gyro with the Call Down, the Wyvern with the Winter's Curse, etc., etc., etc. And so there's not much that's going to save you from being in the middle of that fight. Not even BKB, because, you know, Clockwork is a BKB piercing stun. Gyrocopter just does a ton of physical damage. You've got the Winter's Curse, which will hold you down. And, you know, with all this control, Senix is going to go for a super high damage mid, which is the Zeus. I mean, he is one of the highest damage dealing heroes in the game, and answered by Medusa. I love it! I love it! This is a beautiful way to get this draft started. And I was worrying about how squishy ASDF was, but you pick up a hero that's both tanky as hell and loves to be in the middle of 5 heroes, and that's the Medusa here. Now, the one thing I worry about is how long it takes Medusa to come online. The reason she's not so popular right now in the meta is because it takes her a really long time to get the items that she needs to compare to other carries. She's very weak early on, and Gyrocopter, he's very popular because he's strong early on. He crushes in lane, and when he's 6, he can just TP to another lane and look for kills. And, you know, if Senix plays this at the pace they want to, they'll get Gyro to 6, 7, maybe level 8, and they'll move him instantly up to the top lane, and they will start crushing tower after tower. They've got Sustain with the Winter Wyvern, and they've got unbeatable teamfight at this point in the game. DOTA just won't be able to stand up to that. Maybe she blows an ultimate and walks away from it, but she's going to have her farm disrupted. She's going to be in a lot of trouble, and so if you can just move that move that gyro up to top and just throw call downs, throw everything, just bam, 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 boom, it gets ugly. And a DOTA that's playing from behind is a DOTA that's not playing out. She's useless if she's not ahead. So it's you know, I think it's going to be very important for Senix to hit them hard and hit them early like they were hit in the last game. And if they can successfully do that, if they can take a couple early fights and you know, just break through ASDF's defenses, Senix is going to have an easy time coasting through the rest of this game. I really love the Zeus pick too. This is something that we don't see all that often, but I think it has great potential, especially against heroes that are so squishy. I mean, like the Queen of Pain, she's a relatively tanky int hero. You know, she's got a low base HP, but she can you can do a lot of work against her. Skywrath, insanely squishy. Earthshaker, relatively squishy until he gets a you know, like a bracer and a couple other things, a few levels. And DOTA, you know, her mana shield makes her tanky, but if you can burn through that, she dies really, really quickly. So I think Zeus, provided he gets kept safe, he's gonna be fine. 1 minute, K, go. That's a sign of a level 1 smoke gank. And sure enough, there's 5 heroes with the smoke in their jungle. This is hilarious, actually. Oh my god, are they actually gonna walk into this too, right after saying that?
30 seconds to battle.
They are indeed. Snowball comes out, catches out the Zeus, and there's the slow to match it. Are they going to be able to bring him down? The Earthshaker gets a pretty good fissure holding in Fox, but he tangles his way out, and it will be the first blood. They're trying really hard to make this fight happen, and they do get a turnaround kill on the Tusk. Will they be able to continue this? Mystic Snake flies out, and one more auto attack will secure the kill on Zeus. So that was a 3-for-1 engagement with the, the gyrocopter.
I want the nice,
well done
clean fight.
Fight recap. That's handy. Gyrocopter, Disruptor, and the Zeus all died in exchange for just the Tusk. So, also, Bounty Rune on the bottom rune will be picked up by the DOTA. So, they're off to a really, really good start. And like I said, they needed to be crushed early to be held down. And interestingly enough, we're actually going to have the DOTA sitting mid. I think this is really smart, to be honest. Like, Queen of Pain does pretty damn good against Zeus. She's got a lot of burst damage, and as long as she's smart with how much damage she takes from Arc Lightning, she can usually jump on Zeus and burst him down before she kills him. But DOTA, she's got the Mystic Snake, which is insanely useful against Zeus because you just burn his mana out. And we didn't see it bounce there, but if you can get that Mystic Snake continually bouncing from the range creep to Zeus, he's not going to have the mana sustain that he needs to be able to last hit and to harass you. And so this lane becomes very easy for DOTA once she's kind of secured control. Right now, she's taking a little bit of harass because Zeus has mana, he's got clarities, and he can kind of just keep doing exactly what he's doing now. But once he's out of mana and once DOTA gets a bottle so she can continually sustain this Mystic Snake's harass, then it starts to get really, really hard for Zeus. So I'm curious to see how this plays out. I really am. This is a very interesting matchup. Elevator, you hearing me, buddy? Do you, yeah, oh, hey, there we go. There we go. I was about to ask where that was. Alright, so Wyvern solo is 48, Gyro solo 51. The combination together is 51. But at 20 to 30 and 40 to 50 minutes, it goes up. That's interesting. Okay. So there's timing windows that this combo is really good at. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. But anyways, bottom one. Action coming out, and wow, Fox waits a long time on using his magic wand, but it may be what ends up saving him. He's tangoing up, and is it going to be enough to survive? It does survive with 20 HP. Yes. Santa wants to find one more auto attack. He does, but it's not enough to kill. Surf looking for another auto attack onto the Skywrath Mage, does end up getting that kill, and now they've got the slow up on the Tusk. Can they bring him down before he walks back to the tower? He's got his pair of boots, so I think he's going to be able to get out, and indeed he does. Beautifully played there by ASDF. Well, actually, sorry, not by ASDF. Beautifully played by Senix, getting that gyrocopter out salving up just with that last split second of HP. I think he dropped down to below 20 HP at one point there, and just regened enough, and now he's got a salve, so he's going to stay in lane, and of course they expended a lot of resources to do that. Tusk had to go back to base, Skyrath of course died, and now has to TP back, and so it's going to be a lot harder for ASDF to control this lane after putting so much into a kill that didn't happen. Medusa getting some TP support here as the Tusk is coming in, and Zeus is down on the low ground. He doesn't see this coming at all. He is going to be toast for Reno, my friend. There's the fissure. It doesn't actually hit him. It doesn't stun him, but oh yeah, there's the ice shard. He ain't getting away from that, and there goes the kill. Tusk does secure the kill, so no gold going. Well, not a lot of gold going to Medusa, but hey, she's fine with it either way. He's got her bottle and her boots flying out to her right now, so Medusa's sitting pretty damn good for not being in the safe lane. Quap, of course, actually, yeah, she's beating her safe lane Quap, who's been doing really good. I mean, Quap should beat Clockwork in any and all engagements here, so I don't think that's something we have to worry about all too much. Stacks in the jungle that are being spotted out by ASDF, so if they can get in there and snag those with their Deuce, I think they have opportunity to snag quite a few kills. And Surf, yeah, he's gone. Done! Clarity gets cancelled out by Clockwork Rocket. That's a little bit annoying, but he's got Fissure Mana anyways. Okay, what is this thing that keeps happening? I don't like this. It keeps updating this this friends list thing, and every once in a while I hear that little pop-up sound for somebody making a group or something, and it actually lags out Dota. It like causes a frame or two of lag. I don't know why or how or what, but it's dumb. Dumb Reborn. Dumb Reborn. Alright. Up at top, Yellow Swag continuing to farm this away. And I actually should have noticed this earlier. I didn't introduce the heroes, but had I noticed Eleanor was playing the Medusa, I would have known that was a mid-Dusa for quite a while longer than I did, but whatever. Anyways, regen rune being found out here by Zeus, and that's going to give him a lot of what he needs. They do have all of these stacks, and I think this is the time for him to go take them. Obviously, he's only got level 1 in Arc Lightning, but when you got infinite mana, who cares? Go ham, man. Go ham! Shaker's gonna get harassed out here a little bit, and they're gonna get the stun out on Disruptor. There's the slow, there's the snowball, and yeah, Surf is gone. Fox is gonna come in here and try to fight this up. He wants to get the Skyrath, but Skyrath is so fast as a hero. He's just gonna skitter on out of there, and yeah, Worst got the slow, but it really just doesn't matter. That Skyrath movement speed means actually a lot against
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Cross my legs again. Don't learn from my mistakes. Not a learner. Failure. Woohoo! Zeus ulti brings Skyrath Mage down to 2 HP. Count them, 2. 1 is the loneliest number, but 2 is the loneliest number since the number 1. It's crazy, my friends. It's crazy. Skyrath, like, look at this. Like, if I was on Senix's team right now, I would be spamming the Zeus ult mid chat wheel so hard. So hard. You don't even know. And he'd be like, I already ulted, and be like, Zeus, ult now.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I told you, these casts get more and more retarded as the night goes on. I'm sorry, it's... I'm a crazy person when I'm tired.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So, okay, so I didn't share the story of what happened with these two teams yesterday. So, they had their match set on the AD2L website as 8:30 Eastern Standard Time on the website. That was the set time. That was the default time. And so I posted a message on there and I said, hey, can you guys please let me know if there's been a schedule change or anything like that, because I want to cast this game. And I heard nothing from them. I saw no comments on the game, so I assumed it was going at the default time. So I was like, cool. So yesterday, I go into work 2 hours early so that I can get off 2 hours early, because I'm on the Pacific side of the world. I am over in Vancouver, so... oh, there is a dead Skyrath. quick pick there. Anyway, so, you know, 8:30 Eastern Standard is 5:30 PST. So I usually get off work at 6, but I go in 2 hours early so that I can get off at 4. More kills going down, which is why we're trying to run away from that. Actually turned around and gets a kill on the Tusk. And the Zeus is coming in from behind with the bottles, chugging away, trying to find a kill. Somebody's calling out lag. I think you are just a sad little man, but... Alright. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, Quap has a blink, she's going to get over the cliff, and it's going to be an engagement. So, back to the story. So I go into work 2 hours early so that I can, you know, be off at 4 o'clock so that I can get home in time to set up the cast and everything. So it takes me roughly an hour to get home. So, you know, I'll be there an hour ahead of time. I'll be able to set up the stream. I'll be able to contact the teams, everything. And I'm sitting at work on my work computer, and I get a message from... I get a message from Jordan, the AD2L admin, and he goes, "Hey, so the game is tomorrow at 10." I said, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, no, we're not. It's not happening today. I'm sorry, dude." I was like, "Fuck!" Like, God damn it! It's like,
under attack.
This is worse than a pub game. No, it's not happening. But yeah, and so I'm like, so, no. And hey, look at this. Stack's getting farmed up by the Deucey here, so this was what I was talking about earlier. Oh yeah, we are getting mad lags, so I'm gonna pause this. Anyways, I can continue my story. So I was really upset, and so they said, alright, well, you didn't do it tomorrow, so today I got to sleep in a little bit. But I'm so tired because, you know, it's the end of the work week. I had to get up 2 hours early yesterday so that I could be here for this cast, which ended up being the next day anyways. And finally, I get on. I get on it today, and I'm casting. But like I said, I've been up for 15 hours already, and I'm chugging energy drinks to get through this cast. Best of 5, though. I love it, man. All right, looks like we're doing okay. Clockwork hooks in, and there's the gyrocopter with the call down. Tusker's going to save a couple, but is it going to be enough? The Medusa is trying to survive through this, but the mana shield is not soaking up as much as it needs to. 3 heroes down, and Fox gets himself a triple kill. Beautifully played there, and that is a ton of gold into the pocket of the gyrocopter. He's got himself almost a full drums of endurance. He's from about 500 more gold, and that'll be it. But that is exactly what they needed to happen. I mean, they lost their stack, sure, but you know, they turned around by getting 3 kills on some of the highest net worth heroes on ASDF. So beautifully played there, and Senix has evened up the kill score at 8-8.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Also, I don't know who that was that said this is worse than a pub game, but I challenge you to find a pub game that's worse than this. Like, just better than this. Like, come on. These teams are hella evenly matched, and sure, there's some cloudy picks, but these aren't even cloudy picks. Zeus and Deuce are so a little outside the meta, but this game is pretty freaking awesome so far. Teams are playing super well, and we've had an amazing series so far. I mean, 3 games that have been super close. Like, every single game could have gone either way. I mean, maybe the third one you could argue is pretty one-sided in ASDF's favor, but Senix, like, they snuck out close victories in games 1 and 2. So this is an amazing series. You don't know what you're talking about, man. This is some good quality amateur Dota. Of course, it is amateur Dota. I mean, it's not. This ain't no pro league. These guys ain't playing at the international. This ain't no $6 million Echo Slam is going to be going down. But it's a fun game for sure, is what it is. Just going to get deordered right away. That Obs was dropped right in the midst of a sentry that was looking for other wards, and of course there is one more right here, so they are going to see this rotation up here, but I don't know if they know how many heroes are here, because most people rotated down this way. Still playing cautious though, moving 4 heroes back, and Medusa is picking up a TP scroll so that she can be there if they need to be. So we could have a big engagement breaking out, but it doesn't look like they want to do it. Zeus is Zeus sees a sentry, but he's not going to bother wasting another. Oh, he isn't. Okay. I don't think he wants the lightning bolt for it, because it's just a sentry on its own. Like, what's it really going to attack? He does get rid of it anyways. Use the extra lightning bolt. Meanwhile, Eleanor is just farming hard and doing pretty alright. Oh my god, I didn't realize how high her CS advantage was on everybody else. But yeah, she's at 87 last hits, and the next closest contender on the Radiant side is at 52. The Gyro just hasn't been farming as well as I thought he has, and I mean, those stacks were a big deal because that was a lot of the income he was relying on, and he's not ending up finding it. This kind of aggro duo with the Skywrath and the Tusk just kind of causing havoc up here really actually disrupted the Gyro's farm more than I expected. And I hate to pull up the network graphs this early, but yeah, you can see there's definitely an advantage towards the side of ASDF. Zeus looks like he's going for that fast Bloodstone build, wants to get those items up. He's got the Soul Ring and the Arcane Boost, which I'm sure he will eventually turn into the Soul Booster, but Skywrath Mage is going to get a kill. But, oh man, Clockwork with the Zeus ulti, so, wait, oops. Yeah, so Skywrath killed Gyrocopter, Earthshaker died to the Zeus, and then Tusk got picked up by the Clockwork. Okay.
Double kill.
Whoa! Whoa! What is this player? What? Did he actually just find a blind hook? I don't know if that was blind, but it was certainly a hook shot way in behind enemy lines, and he gets out. Beautiful play there. I don't even care if he just walked into the lane and saw it and threw it, but that was astounding. That was great plays there. Clockwork gets a kill, well, gets that cleanup kill on the hero that's... Wait. Skywrath died earlier, didn't he?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, I don't know. There's weird shit brewing. There's Clockwork stacking the jungle here for his sad little Gyrocopter, and Joe's gonna try to get some flash farm going, but I mean, at this point I think they just stick the Wyvern or the... probably actually the Disruptor. If they just stick the Disruptor on the Ancients and just have him sit there and stack, that's really what the Gyro needs. And he's getting jumped on bottom again. They snowball in, there's the Mystic Flare, and actually he survives! Oh man. They thought he was toast for sure. I think if he had actually started running, he might have gotten far enough away to run with that Magic Wand charge. I think he stood around to attack once, and just that, I don't know if it would have made a difference, but it would have been close for sure.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I'm actually missing some kills, I'm sorry guys. But yeah, top lane, the Disruptor gets jumped on him. He was just farming up here looking for his level 6. He did get the level 6, but obviously instantly jumped right after that and does end up falling, which is not worth it. You gotta keep yourself alive, don't let those free kills go to that heavy snowball cores, especially. Winter's Curse goes out on the mid lane, and the Zeus is actually going to be the first casualty of that fight. The Winter's Curse is just not enough to kill anyone. But, you know, Clockwork pops off that Invis. Oh, they drop a sentry though, and they know he's there. They drop the Echo Slam, they throw everything at him. And there's the kill onto the Clockwork. So Skywrath gets a revenge for that jump in on the top lane, and we're looking at a 14-11 kill total by ASDF. And now this doesn't look all that bad. It's like, oh, 14-13, it's only 3 kills difference, but you got to look at the net worth allocation in this game right now. Medusa, the hero that ASDF wants to have the most net worth, has the most net worth. Quap has the second most net worth, the hero that they want to have second most. Zeus is sitting behind them and is still above their team's Gyrocopter, and Gyro is going to get jumped again. There's no way out of this one. He's going to get jumped on. He throws down his ulti, but does it really matter? Oh, well, he gets pushed into the trees, but it doesn't matter. Zeus ulti goes out, and oh no, they don't even get that kill. Is there a rocket flare? No, not for one. Maybe he finds a snipe as what? No. I think they're going to find the Tusk. Yeah, they get him with the rocket flare, but so what? They got the Gyrocopter again, and oh man, there's not even silence is way late. This might be the yeah. This I don't know if let's see. Earthshaker gets picked off here, yeah. Teams are not happy about this, and understandably so. The servers are not great right now. I mean, even I'm feeling the lag as a caster, and I can imagine how much worse it would be as a player, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what the players are feeling, but I mean, you can even see it right here. There's little frame skips, heroes kind of jumping in and out of place, and it's making it very hard to make these split-second defensive plays. And especially when you have a team that chases as hard as ASDF. I mean, if they catch a glimpse of you and press W on the Skywrath, they're going to catch somebody. Same with the Tusk. If the Tusk sees somebody and gets that snowball going, it's really hard to move away from this, but yeah. Everyone's lagging. It is the servers, so we'll see if this pause fixes out, but people are, yeah. Tensions are running high, and I can see why. I mean, it's late at night. They opted in to play potentially 5 games, which is just, it's draining. I mean, it's you know, we started this series at 10 o'clock Eastern time, and so it's now 2 a.m. for these guys because they're over on the East Coast. For me, it's not bad because it's 11 o'clock here. What the hell ever, but yeah, 2 a.m. with the potential to play another game on top of this. So like, I'm sure these guys are tired. They're kind of sick. And you know, lag is really crappy to have on top of being tired and being worn out. So unfortunate circumstances, but you got to play through it if you want that sweet, sweet cash prize. Tusk being played a little bit differently by ASDF. Senix obviously played at mid, but they really enjoyed going for that high damage Tusk. They'd have him go for phase boots into the Drums of Endurance into Black King Bar, and it was a very good aggressive build that did a lot of damage and you know, made for made for some good kills around the map. Whereas God's Hand here is actually going for a mechanism instead, so going for a bit more of a utility support Tusk build, and I think that's the way to go this game. I mean, they've got a lot of damage from their other cores. The Dusa and the Queen of Pain are going to be doing a lot.
Coming in.
Zeus trying to pop off that ulti to maybe get a little bit more damage out of everything he did there, but it wouldn't have killed Tusk either way. It wouldn't have put his ability on the cooldown, and they're going to go for a glimpse. They pull the Earthshaker back into the Static Storm. They wouldn't be able to bring him down in time. The Gyrocopter standing in the middle of everything, trying to fight it up, and they actually do get a couple kills, but now is it going to be enough to keep Fox alive? The Clockwork goes for a long jump. They go for a, you know, get a Tusk for the Walrus punch out, but looks like Fox is going to survive. Is the split shot? Oh, the split shot just barely catches Gyrocopter. The Gyros last long enough to get a good bounty of gold out of that fight, and they do get 4. And of course, Gyro did get the experience for all of that as well. So despite him dying, that was a really good fight for Senix. They come out on top with almost a 2,000 gold advantage and almost a 3,000 XP gain. So, I mean, if we look at the charts for that, you can definitely see a noticeable spike up, and I think that'll increase a little bit more when the graphs updates. So, good fight there by Senix, and they're definitely not out of this game yet, but they need to stick some gold on this Gyrocopter somehow. They need to find a way to give him the farm, and they just aren't able to do it. They need to start stacking Ancients, I think, because they've been stacking jungle camps and stuff, but they've lost a couple of those, and it's been hard for them to maintain the economy that they need on their cores. So I think stacking Ancients is the answer. Maybe even heading over here to steal ASDF stacked Ancients. Like the Dusa will want to farm those soon, but if you can take a fight over there and then you take their stacks, that would be huge. Bloodstone now completed on Zeus. More like Battery Stone. First item bought on Zeus. 21% of the time it is Bloodstone. So he's gone for the less popular build, but still quite popular in general. I do like the Blink Dagger on Zeus quite a bit. I think it offers you a little bit more than the Force Staff in terms of mobility and kill potential. Because Zeus is a very positioning heavy hero, and Force Staff is nice, but doesn't always take you as far or to the places that you need to go. But I like the Bloodstone. Bloodstone works really good in sieging lineups. If you have a team, like, I think Senix is a decent example of that type of lineup right now. They don't have like typical sustain heroes. Like typically in a good sieging lineup, you'll have like a witch doctor or something like that that can kind of just keep the entire team healthy, or you know, a natural mech carrier, like for example like a Darkseer or something like that. But they don't quite have that, but they do have a lot of frontline. They have the gyro to kind of sit up front, the clockwork to hook past it. Like the clockwork is the constant threat. He's always there, ready to jump in if needed. And the gyro is the one who just sits in front and says, "Come at me, bro, come at me." And of course, Wyvern's there to save him, and Disruptor's there for the team fight if anything breaks. So Zeus works really well into that because he can just spam his abilities all day long, and with the range he's got, he can just sit there, clear out creep waves, harass enemy heroes, cancel blink daggers. He does whatever he wants, and he's behind a wall of stuff that's going to keep him safe. So the Bloodstone works really well with this lineup, but whether or not it is the yeah, like I said, this lineup isn't quite ideal for sieging, which is why I stated that, you know, they've got a good setup for Zeus, but whether or not they can put it into effect is another question, because, like I said, they don't have heals, they don't have true sustain to keep them active on the map. I mean, they got an urn, they've got the golden brace, but it's often not enough. Dual Scepter out on the Zeus. He isn't looking to be in a lot of trouble here. Oh my god, the lag spikes. Holy crap. Yeah, I guess his ulti out. Yeah, teams aren't happy, but 2 kills happening pretty much instantly as the Queen of Pain finds a kill. 2 supports on the side of ASDF go down, while the Zeus and the Clockwork both go down. Was that a buyback from the Zeus? I can't even tell anymore right now. Oh no, I think he just respawned quick because of the Bloodstone. This is actually pretty brutal. Fox is trying to get away. Will not end up escaping. But there goes the Zeus. He's going to get cold and braced up, but he's going to drop very shortly thereafter once he comes back up. And so that is a dieback. Well, actually, not a dieback. He respawned, but dies twice in a row and goes from 8 charges down to 4 in a matter of a couple seconds. And one laggy team fight may be what puts Senix too far behind. Like I said, they needed to get off to a good start this game. And, you know, I think going even with ASDF is fine because, like I said, Dusa takes a while to get online, and their heroes come online quicker. So if they go even, they're still going to win at their timing level. But now that they're behind, Dusa is looking really scary, and Dusa is at a point where she can just fight Gyrocopter, and that is something that you never want for this game. But yeah, like I mean, I saying he couldn't move for 3 seconds, and I fully believe him. I was like, we were watching that fight, everything was just standing still for a second. It's tough. Alright, so Clockwork's now got himself a 4-staff, so he's a little bit better in terms of positioning, and might be able to keep that Zeus more safe, because both fights in a row, both fights now, we've seen him getting caught in by ice shards. The first fight opened up with him being down in the river here, and the ice shards just caught him in, and there was nowhere for him to go from there. But with that 4-staff on Clockwork, Clock can either get in easier to block out the damage for Zeus, or just simply 4-staff the Zeus himself out. So there's couple more options on the board for Senix, and like I said, they're definitely not out of this, but they're like I said, like the net worth is not a huge disadvantage. It's 500, it's a lot, but it's not insurmountable. But the problem is that the gold is in different places. I mean, you've got more gold on your supports than the enemy team, but your cores are severely underfarmed compared to the enemy cores. I mean, your Gyrocopter is 6k behind the enemy Dusa, which is just it's insanely big, and Dusa now sitting on a Mantis style, and like I see this, I mean, she walks down in the bottom lane, throws a Mystic Snake, and Gyro starts running for the trees. He cannot fight this without the help of his team. But, Locke looking for the Deuce. He's kind of holding her up here. Goes and forces out the ultimate. He's going to try to stall her up as much as he can using the ultimate, but now realizing that his team can't quite be there to help out, and now there's TPs in from ASDF. They want to turn this back around. The Fisher does miss on the serve, so he can keep walking away if he needs to, and actually the Skyrath is going to be the first casualty of this fight. Can they sustain this and make it into something better for their team? With that Static Storm, they're going to get the Tusk, and now great Winter's Curse onto Yola Swag. Will they be able to bring him down? Oh no, he just walks away with a sliver of HP. Well, maybe they find him with a Rocket Flare after the fight or something. Medusa is going to go down. That's the kill that they needed most desperately. And there goes the Earthshaker as well. There's a Rocket Flare. It's going to go straight up the lane while Quap has cut over towards mid because she figured that would be happening. So Quap gets out with a mere sliver of health, but Senix takes that fight beautifully and ends up going 4 for nothing and will take 1, probably 2 towers for that. I mean, this is what they need. This is what they need. You see the yeah. Let's look at the graphs. Net worth swings back up by almost 2,500, and XP pretty much the same. So, like I said, they were not out of it before, and definitely still are not now. Oh, Cora might be in trouble here, and yeah, indeed he is. This fight is getting turned back around as ASDF comes in. They're looking for the Zeus. He gets cold embrace, but there goes what is that ability? Mystic Flare. I knew it was Mystic something. And now Worst gets stunned out in the trees. Unfortunate for him. Flag and
Just a little snow.
yeah, that retreat was just... It was very sloppy. They...
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
A gift from the temples of God.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. I think, like, there's no specific ruling on games like this in the AD2L rules, but yeah, I would assume that ooh, Fox might be in trouble here. Oh, he gets 4-staffed out. He's all right. But yeah, I would assume that since everyone is playing with equal lag, despite it being crappy, because everyone has to play on the same field and we're already 30 minutes into a game, it would be very silly to have to restart or call this game a draw or whatever. Anyways, ulti goes down, the fight is breaking out like crazy. We've got the gyrocopter down on the side of Senix already. Looking for the kill onto the Clockwork, and he's going to get out. Good TP there, and the Zeus is doing work. Is he going to be able to get the Tusk? No, the Snowball's going to save him for now. Will Zeus be able to get out of this? I think he's just got to turn and fight. There's no way. Okay, he's going to go for the TP instead, but they're going to use, and it gives him the time to get the suicide off, but that's still losing charges, and he's still at 4 on his Bloodstone, so really unfortunate, but that is going to be a free Roshan for Team ASDF, and Istusa is, once again, just getting so stacked. He's sitting on 266 last hits at 28 minutes. It's almost 10 a minute, which is an insanely good good score to be at. Oh man, great hook shot. And what, he gets stuck in the trees there. He's gonna have to force staff out, but yeah, there's not much you can do about what's actually happening in the Roche pit. But disrupted the Earthshaker, might walk out of this one. Oh man, actually almost kills the Skyrath. If he gets, no, I was gonna say if he survives long enough for a Rocket Flare, might find a kill. But they blink in on that and clean up Clockwork. So they clean his clock. Yeah, yeah, aha. Zeus ult looking for the Skyrath, but he was given, or he gave himself an urn charge.
Dyer's
That'll keep him
tower
nice and
is
healthy and
under
safe
attack.
from the Zeus. You always have to have a mech or a urn, or even just a smoke on you if you're playing against a Zeus like that. And they go for the glimpse
Dyer's
on
bottom tower is under attack.
the Dusa. But she is just fine. She's got herself a Lincoln Sphere, will not be brought back. And of course, had that Aegis anyways, if she got pulled back into 4, she probably could have just turned on her ulti and fought them. This hero is dangerously scary right now. It's almost sickening how strong she is. It's going to take a miracle and a lot of singling. They have to single her out. They got to hit her with like the full rocket barrage, Zeus's spells, and like have a disruptor ulti on top of it all. And Zeus TP's in for this. I'm not sure if that's the best idea. They're gonna try to defend, but I think ASDF's prepared to take this fight, and indeed they are. As the Dusa turns on the ultimate, they bring down the Zeus right away. There's the disruptor ulti, but I don't think Eleanor cares. He's just continuing on, auto-attacking away. The Winter's Curse goes up, but it doesn't even hit the Medusa, and so she's gonna get bumped away. She's running low on health, but she's still got the Aegis up, and that's going to be 3 heroes down on the side of Senix. Worse is going to be brought down at the end of that as well, and we're looking at a 4-for-1 exchange. Oof. You can feel the lag spikes at the end of that too. It's brutal. It's got to be frustrating for the players. I mean, especially Senix too, because like I was saying earlier, if the teams agreed to a best of 3, we probably would have done a best of 3, and Senix would have taken that after game 2. Like, after that 80-minute game, that would have been it. They would have been done, they would have been happy, they would have been taking home their prize money. And then they lose at game 3, which kind of sucks. Like, it's like, alright, whatever, but we can still take this. And then you start having lag issues. It's like, if they lose this game, like it's gonna feel like a complete slap to the face for them. And so I can totally understand the frustration. Like, I mean, could you imagine being forced to play through lag like this and then losing the entire series when you could have just taken a best of 3 in 2 games? Like, having to go 5 games of lag, it's just... I really feel for him, I do. But, you know, all's fair in love and war, and everyone is on an even playing field. ASDF have the lag too, so you can't... you know, it's hard to call anything that either team has done this game a true measure of skill. Like, I mean, they've obviously done very skillful plays. Oh, this is the fissure. That could have been close. This is okay. But, you know, it's hard to say which team is better when there's been an engagement like this. Glimpse is going to go out on the touch, bringing him back. He is going to get caught out, and one more spell. There we go. The Zeus picks up the kill on God's Hand, and that's actually 500 gold. That's a very healthy bounty for him, and a couple of Bloodstone charges too. But he's down to 3, and is now caught in the middle of a lot of heroes that want to bring him down. He first half back over, might get out of this, but Queen of Pain with that Black King bar just going ham, and brings down the Zeus after tangoing with the Disruptor and the Clockwork for a little while there. But Disruptor finds himself caught in the trees, and there goes the Queen of Pain ulti. Gonna bring down the Disruptor, and that is 2 for 1. And pressure on the mid lane as the Dusa just tanks up the tier 2 and just gives very few shits about anything Senix has to offer. Wow, I actually didn't realize how stacked this Queen of Pain is. 1406. That's actually, wow, I didn't, how do you go 1406 and still have less net worth than this Dusa? What are the last hits at? 300, wow. Dusa has a full 100 last hits, higher than Gyrocopter. I've been paying attention to the fights and stuff, but it just hadn't clued into the numbers. This Dusa is farming like crazy. She's dishing out tons of damage, and not only that, but the Queen of Pain is keeping up with her net worth purely off of kills. And I mean, this is all in the last like probably 5 to 8 minutes. And you can see this huge dive. It's gone from 2,000 net worth advantage down to below 10k in probably the span of 7 minutes. And you see the same kind of dip in XP, goes from 5,000 down to 15,000. So ASDF in a much better position than I thought. Once again, all of these team fights, and you know, Senix, they arguably have. Actually, yeah, I was gonna say they have a bit of a harder lineup to execute with this lag, but I don't know. They've got a lot of big time ultis and like the Clockwork hookshot, but it doesn't seem like the hookshot's ever had a problem. Like, the hookshot's always landed. Clockwork's been in the fights. I think a lot of it just came down to the early farm from the gyrocopter. He's been having a really hard time getting any damage items. In other games, we've seen him go for more aggressive items like the Sanji Yasha because he knows his team can keep him alive. But this game, he's been forced into drums straight into BKB, so he doesn't have the damage that he would normally. And against the DOTA, it just makes her doubly effective because not only is she tanky, but the enemy team doesn't have damage. So it's you know, it's a two-way effect, and it's proven to be very it's proven to make this game a lot further in ASDF's favor. Tusk is going for the snowball. Didn't bring anyone with him, but he's going alone and doesn't actually manage to get the stun off him. So walks away with the Guardian Greaves, and now they're looking for a fight. The Glimpse back on Tusk, they get the Winter's Curse out. Medusa is actually blowing up her own Tusker. So the Tusker's out of the fight, and the Skyrim is being pushed back at the same time, but this Medusa is so tanky. I have Scotty, and oh, there's the Quap for the cleanup crew. They get 4 kills. Now we're going to look for a 5th, and we might see a GG out of pure frustration here. Senix is not having a good game, and I don't think they have what it takes to crush this DOTA. I mean, the DOTA is so stacked at this point. 346 last hits at 36 minutes. It's just insane how much damage she's doing. So with that Lincoln Spear, with that Eye of Scotty, it's just going to be downhill from here. So I think, if anything, Senix is probably just going to be talking about the next game, and we'll see what happens. I don't know if there will be a next game tonight. We might postpone it until tomorrow or another night or something, because if the servers are like this, I don't think either team wants to have the tournament decided on a game like this. You know, it's just, it would be very unfortunate to have that happen. So, unfortunately, I think all the admins went to bed. It's very, very late over on the eastern seaboard there. We're closing in on 3 a.m. for Eastern North American friends. And so
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Don't know if there
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Message about this.
Radiant structures are fortified.
It's so weird,
Radiant's bottom barracks have fallen.
I think he is. Alright, fight breaking out here. The Quap throws the ulti. That's going to be 2 kills right off the bat. And the Medusa continuing to stand her ground. She's actually dropping really low, and the Gyro is going to find that kill. That's a huge amount of gold going over to him. He's got 3k in the bank, and maybe they can chase this. They throw out a stun, or not a stun, a slow onto the Skywrath Mage. And yeah, not going to find any further kills, but 3k in the pocket of the Gyrocopter is nothing to snub your nose at. Now, there's 2 racks down, which is, of course, extremely unfortunate, and it's going to make it very hard for Senix to come back if they even try it. But, hell, maybe Fox just goes for a Divine Rapier here, just tries to go for one last-ditch YOLO play, and if that doesn't work, then they back out and go next. But this ranged racks, it doesn't look like they're even around to defend it. Actually, they get a Winter's Curse out here, so with the call down, I was going to say maybe they turn that back around, but a beautiful snowball dodge keeps them safe from the last little bit of damage, and they turn around for 2 kills. Tusk ends up dying, but YOLO Swag, he ends up with his 20th kill of the game, and blinks out in time to be completely safe. What? He just like blinked into the trees and get caught and then he's salty for funnies? I don't know what that happened. What the heck is happening here? Bounce back to Earthshaker, he ain't getting out of there. Zeus ultis for it and gets himself a free kill and a couple of Bloodstone charges, so he's on the 3 charges. I don't know. Looks like Senix is going to stay in this game. I mean, they're obviously at a huge deficit, but you know what? If they can find a kill on this Queen of Pain, they might be able to turn things around. Gyrocopter actually going for another defensive item. He's going for the Reaver, and I don't blame him. I mean, I think he needs to be able to stay alive in fights to continue dishing out the damage that he does. But at the same time, I mean, this they don't have a lot of damage on their team. I mean, the Zeus does alright, sure, but the Zeus dies first in almost every single fight just due to the amount of burst on the ASDF. I mean, there's a, you know, the Earthshaker, he blinks in, he gets an Echo Slam, and the Queen of Pain gets an ulti, and that's literally it for the Zeus. He's got nothing else, and of course there's always that Deuces sitting right up front, hitting everything with split shots. So, I mean, I think at this point, like I said, like, Rapier is obviously probably not the best situational item, but it's a YOLO play at this point. I mean, you're down 2 sets of racks, and the enemy team is just crunching you whenever you fight. Just might as well go for it and just see if the extra damage will keep you in the game. But it's going to be another Aegis up here, and unless Senix start walking over there right now and get a godlike Disruptor ulti, I think this is going to go straight over into Eleanor's pocket, and the game is going to get a lot more difficult from here on out. Up here, and they're going to go for a long-distance punch, and they catch out the Zeus. Will they be able to bring him down, though? They force staff him back, they give him the Cold Embrace, they try to keep him alive, but the Zeus will end up falling. A good Winter's Curse will finish off the Earthshaker, but is it going to matter? Fox is just running for his life right now, slowed up by the Scotty, and he is going to go down. No buyback to speak of. Zeus and Wyvern both buyback, but is it going to be enough? Oh no, the lag spikes are back. Tusk finds a punch onto the Clockwork and gets a kill there, so it's going to be 3 versus 4 no matter what, but this Dusa is just doing work, and once again, she has the Aegis, so she can go as far in and as ham as she wants to, and I think we're probably going to see a GG here pretty soon. They are crunching in, trying to finish them off, going for the base. There's a Cold Embrace, but yeah, there's the GG call. So that's going to be it for this game, but yeah, the winner's lagged. Yeah, the teams aren't happy, so we're going to talk about this with the teams. I'm going to try to get a, an admin in here and get a ruling on whether or not we're going to play Game 5 today, whether we're going to switch to another server, what's going to happen with this game. Like I said, I doubt this win will be repealed or anything. Both teams were playing with the same amount of lag, and ASDF took it, so that's fair. But whether or not the next game gets postponed or something, I will let you guys know as soon as I know. So I think we're going to pop into another lobby. We'll talk about it. I'll chat with the teams. I'll try to get an admin in here if there are any still awake, and then we'll figure it out from there. So thank you guys for watching. It's been a blast casting for you. Stick around, though. There is potentially still an epic Game 5 coming. These teams have been so evenly matched in the lag-free games. I would love to see what a Game 5 offers us. But once again, I will let you guys know what the decision is in just a few minutes, so stick around. Go grab yourself a drink and come back and see where we're at. Cheers.